HM Enterprise.
Are you thinking about strong, durable electric and electronic appliances such as electric wires, sockets, modern switches, stand and ceiling fans of different categories, flat screen TVs of different sizes, solar fridges and freezers, solar panels, solar batteries, beaming ceiling lights? Look no further than HM Enterprise. We are open for contracts and supply of materials from Combo to Basse. Visit us at number 1 Caraba Avenue, Westfield, or call us on 4396-270, 4396-270 or 7713-911. HM Enterprise, going further.
HM Enterprise, going further.
This program is brought to you by BB Consultancy in partnership with B4U Properties,
your reliable estate dealer,
BMG Properties,
outstanding home providers,
Kairos Real Estate,
link us and be a home builder.
Dabo Jula Real Estate,
Operation Own Your Property,
Freedom Properties.
in Allah we trust.
Global Properties,
your innovative property solutions.
Him From 3 Company,
Always at your service.
Combo Real Estate,
Operation Shelter the Nation.
Sultan Traders and Real Estate,
We don't bend the truth to make sales.
Top Spot Properties,
Ideal home for all.
TAF Africa Global.
Our experience is global. Our focus is Africa.
Hello, wherever you are, welcome to the Gambia's Real Estate TV show with me, Abubakar Dabo. Today, I'm very proud to introduce you to one of the Gambia's biggest city to be. For now, is the biggest city, I will tell you, TAF City. TAF City is located at the southern part of the Gambia, Gunjur. This housing estate will comprise of more than 5,000 house units or housing unit. TAF City at Kombo Gunjur will also feature some different type of development in the side of the agriculture. To be very specific, it will also encourage hydroponics growing and also fruit gardens in the city. Of course, according to the CEO, Mr. Mustafa Njai, TAF City will encourage or will boost the working condition or will provide job opportunity for more than 20,000 youths directly. Indirectly, the figures may rise. Today, the Gambia witnessed another milestone of development in the housing sector, courtesy of Mr. Mustafa Njai, the CEO of TAF Africa Global. At TAF City today, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of the Gambia, Mr. Adama Barrow, will preside over the opening or the laying down the foundation of this megacity. Also, we are witnessing the presence of the CEO of Shelter Africa and also other dignitaries across the African continent in support of this TAF City. Let's see how this unfolds.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
This is so exciting. TAF City is going to be twice as big as Banjul. Now, there are so many of us that are coming from Europe, from America, and we want to come home to Africa. Is this the best investment we can make?
It is.
Yes.
Thank you. It's the best you can make. Thank you so much. Yeah.
So do
it's
you
the
invite
best.
everybody to come?
Yes, everybody should come, regardless of nationality.
What does this mean? What does this mean for you, this inauguration today?
Oh, well, it's another milestone that is achieved. At 64 going 65, I thought I was going to retire, but it seems I've just started. Yeah, it really makes a lot, and it's nice to see our partners at the international level being here. We have 4 financial institutions, Pan-African institutions that are present, of which Gambia is a shareholder. So I would want to urge fellow entrepreneurs to follow the footsteps, that there's money around, they should do the right thing, but making sure they practice business properly, and then to access these funds. We are not competing amongst ourselves, we are competing amongst other countries. Other countries are benefiting from it, so we need to learn from each other, work together, and access these funds to develop our country. Thank you.
The president says that he's going to open all avenues, policies and security for developers like you. What other avenue will you want the president or the government to assist the developers like you?
Well, if you really come into development, we need to regulate the real estate sector. What we have seen recently is that there is a proliferation of so many players within the real estate sector, and lifetime savings are being lost. People work all their lives, they bring their money, and then it disappears in thin air. So that's one. 2, as I said, is the training of the youth. But that is 2-way. I also want to appeal on the youth to get up and work. That's the bottom line. Some of us started working when we were 18. Today we can do this at the international level. And that is really what is very close to my heart. Governments will come and go, but the youth need to earn. We have seen from 2013, and I'll give you figures, from 2013 to 2019, 200 and something thousand Gambian youths left here for overseas. Wow. That's a lot. And today we're suffering from providing skilled labor. We need to encourage these young ones. I want to, on this note, congratulate the women of Gunjur. This past 2 weeks, if you come here, you will not recognize the women from the men. And I want to urge the young ones to come and work. There's dignity in labor, and there's no discrimination in earning decent money.
The river TAF in Nigeria is said to be the biggest and the most beautiful state you built. What about comparing that with the vision you have for TAF City in Gunjur?
Well, River TAF, what was difficult was that it was built on a swampy land. I mean, at high tide, you have about 2 meters of water. So we had to sand fill about 650,000 cubic meters of sand before we can build. But the Rift TAF is only 1,200. Nigeria is 200 million people in population. Gambia is only 2 million, but we are building 5,000. So as it has been said, we are not competing within ourselves. We are standing out amongst nations. Today, the TAF City is the biggest estate in the whole of Africa. So if we can do that, I mean, coming from very modest backgrounds, I want the young ones again to see us, people like us, as examples. That look, if Mr. TAF can do it, I can do it. But Rome wasn't built in a day. I started this when I was 18. Today I am 64, going to hit 65. I leave my home at 7 o'clock in the morning. At times I pray Maghreb here because we wanted to hit the target. But what I find most of the time with the young ones is that they want it too easy, too fast, and they don't want to be trained. So I will shout this loud all the time, that at one time we were like you, we were at your age, we were not privileged like what you have today. So you need to get up and work, and there's no shortcut to it. Let's forget about blaming governments, let's forget about blaming our parents. If you don't work, you are the one that we rely on to move this country. Pick up skills and work. That's the point.
Security.
Yes.
In 1991.
Yes.
I was one of your security when you started this, and you have a store at Carnifing.
Yes. Thank you so much.
I work for you.
Yes, thank you so much.
I'm in the band now. I'm a Giriot.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you so much.
One more question. We are talking about affordable housing. And during our last conversation, we talked about government allocating land to developers so that they can ease and match the lower income earners so that they can able to house themselves in the next 10-15 years. Tell us about this TAF city. Was it an allocation or was it purchased by the TAF Africa Global?
Well, the TAF city, every square millimeter of land, we bought it from the open market.
Are we expecting affordability?
Well, affordability is very relative. Anybody who can afford it is affordable to you.
Middle income earners?
Yes, middle income, but middle income also is very relative. Anybody middle income earning Gambian salaries, you cannot afford a house. There must be a facility. In providing houses, there are two ends. There's the supply and there's the demand. So in the supply, that's what we do. In the private sector, we pay taxes, we buy the land, we bring imported material. Now the demand end, that's where the problem is in Africa in total. We need to bring in affordable mortgages.
Yes.
People like my friend, the managing director of Shelter Africa, that's what they're doing. So if they bring in affordable mortgages for longer tenure, then you can afford these houses.
One last question. The Yaoundé Declaration, what does that mean to you?
Well, it's excellent, and we're going to support our brother Umar here. Andrew. Andrew is the one who did it. And I'm glad that he mentioned this to the president because there's the political will. Yes. Anything you do, the political will must be there. And Umar also invited the president, whilst here, to their program in World Urban Forum in Poland. So this is why, partnership. Yeah. We are developers from the private sector. We partner with financiers like themselves. We partner with multilateral institutions. Then we partner with government. That is why to succeed in any type of development like this, it must be PPP, public-private partnership. Thank you.
Urban planning has been very difficult.
Last question. With regard to the private sector, there are many people and there are many opportunities here, whether it's for the restaurant or it's for the centre for inter-travel or whether it's for the well-being centre. You've got so many great facilities here. You've got the retirement home. You've also got the health facilities here. Are you open to partnership and are you open to working together Pan-African for the whole of the African continent?
The question is for me as developer, is it? But let me tell you what we do. We are a development company. Yes. We are not operating any of these facilities. Yes. And I have said it. We develop and then we expect partners to come in and we forge partnership and they will run it. So we encourage partnership. And that's one of the SDGs. Yes. One of the SDGs, 17, is partnership. Yes. So we need to partnership. Yes. Even at the grassroots level here, it's partnership. We don't have contractors. TAF Africa Global doesn't have contractors. But we have series of young people that we have molded. In Reef TAF, I took Gambians and Senegalese there. We took 400 Gambians and Senegalese. Here, Emma is here. He's an electrician. Wow. He came from Reef TAF.
Really?
He was an electrician there. Today, he is here.
Yes.
We operate cross-border. We are West African, we are African. We are going to exploit the policies that have been laid out for the African Free Trade Area and the integration. So it opens up the borders. ECOWAS, there is a bank here which says we finance investment and development. Yes. So monies are available. Do the right thing and then you will access funds to promote these magnificent policies.
So Blacksit, there you go.
Mr. Eric Clinton, Mr. Fanjai has been pointing at you for financing projects, financing housing, financing development. What are the policies, in a simple term, for other younger real estate to tap into those opportunities, please?
The opportunities, and in fact, I must thank you very much, and I also want to use this opportunity to thank my big brother, Mr. Mustafa Njai, and His Excellency Adama Barrow for this opportunity, inviting the African Export-Import Bank to be present here. As you understand, Afrexim Bank has 51 member countries, and we try to promote and support strategic initiatives of our member countries. And what does that mean? It means promoting trade among ourselves. One of the things that has happened over the years is that Africa doesn't trade among themselves. And you realize trade level today is around 18%. If you compare that to the EU, they are 60%, and you compare that to the Asian countries, they are around 70%. That's why the African Export-Import Bank made intra-African trade a key pillar of its strategic plan to ensure that small countries like the Gambia, can produce goods and services and export them to larger countries like Nigeria, like Egypt, South Africa. Mr. Mustafa Njai is a glaring example. We have identified him as a trade finance or intra-African trade champion, where we will support him not only in the Gambia but in all other African countries that we will be investing and promoting unity within the context of the AFCFT.
Thank you very much. I hope we will have another good session where we can have 30 minutes, 1 hour to explore more on this, because we have many real estate, as Mr. Fanja has already alluded to, importing of real estate, but how can they properly tap into this immense opportunity? We would like to thank you for your elaboration here, and also we will expect to have more words with you in a few days' time.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. 60,000 you're talking about.
And then indirect jobs is 25,000. And that's rough estimates. So we know it will be more. We want the youth of Gambia, of Africa, West Africa, to all come together so we can make this dream to a reality.
Being the general manager to TAF Africa Global, of course, when you're building or starting a project like this, magnificent, you also need a demand and the market for it. So what's your plan?
We know there's a demand because of the housing deficit. This 5,000 homes doesn't even bring the deficit any close to closing the gap. So this is why we're working on this, and we're Pan-African. We signed an MOU with Sierra Leone. We want to do this and even more in Sierra Leone too.
Does the project only targeting the Gambians or other people, other South African country members or citizens, let's say the foreigners, foreign investors who also want to make Gambia their second home due to our political stability and security?
Yes, everyone is welcome. The Gambia is the smiling coast of Africa. There's no restrictions for any national. Africans more, diasporans, the Africans in the West, everyone is welcome. We have a 10-year mortgage open to everyone. No Gambian only. It's open to everyone. 25% down payment, then the balance over 10 years. Yeah. Just to make it easier for everyone to own a home, a TAF home.
How do people like us have this house?
It's easy. Come and do a viewing. Look at what you want exactly. We have a huge portfolio where you can look at different options. We have bungalows, we have story buildings, apartments. The 10-year mortgage, you put in your application. We're in partnership with 3 banks, Trust Bank, GT Bank, and EcoBank. And once you put in your application, they approve, we start building. You move in within 6 months.
6 months you move in and you have your own apartment or your own house at TAF City. That's going to be the biggest and the most beautiful city in the Gambia. Right. Are you happy about this?
I'm very happy, very excited. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Cia. Again, the General Manager to TAF Africa Global. That's all we have for you. I hope we'll also have on a special episode on the Gambia's Real Estate TV program. Thank you, Madam, for your time.
Thank you.